Hi everybody, Army P here for eXplorminate.net, and welcome back to our continuation of Stellaris with the new expansion Utopia. So from last time we had the Unbidden pop up right next to the Zeltec Compact, right across the galaxy from our massive republic. Now they have been good friends to us, and so because of that fact we have open borders with them. And what they also decided to do, or what I did was off camera, I traded an active, our active Starlink, I think it is. Yeah, so active sensor link. So that's often what I'll do with allies. I'll trade a little bit of minerals for an active Starlink, or active sensor link, sorry. And that will give me complete access to their sensor array. So I can see here that already the Unbidden have 3 fleets, or at least 3 fleets currently ongoing. One of them is around 60,000, the other one is about 57, and the last one, oh no, they have 2 fleets, so a total of 4 fleets equaling 200,000 K. So what I want to do is I really want to melt down their shields. So I decided to move, which I'm going to retract. First thing you're going to do is, if you're facing Unbidden, is you're going to try to get as much as you can that takes away their shields. The reason you want to do that is because that's all that they have, is shields. They have no armor at all. As soon as you melt that down, it's over. So I will make sure that I've got the best of everything all equipped, ready to go. Does mean that I'm going to have to retrofit some of my existing technology. You can see here that I'm going to use kinetic artillery because it does 33% damage to shields. Gauze cannon, or correction, small gauze cannons will do 33% to shield damage. And I'm going to take off my plasma what's that called again? Plasma cannon, and I'm going to put in a phase disruptor. Everything else looks legitimate. See what our cruiser is. Same idea here. We're gonna take out the plasma cannon and put in a phase disruptor. Looks like we've got a little bit of an issue for power, so we'll just top this guy up real quick. Perfect. And then finally, our battleship. Now we've chosen a mega cannon for our large on all of our battleships. I don't think that I've actually got arc emitters. I thought, oh, I am on my arc emitter. Arc emitter would be a good choice there because it ignores shields and armor, so it basically pierces right down to them. But we're going to stick with our giga cannons for our extra large. Everything else is kinetic artillery. We are ready to go. So we were going to quickly update or upgrade our ships for 1300. Let's expand. Wait, we can get that done. And I'm actually going to take the battleship off because I want to gamma. That's okay. As you can see here, of course, from our last episode, we took out the Fallen Empire, and the reason I'm getting pop-ups right now is because my my science ship has now been kicking around, sucking up any type of tech that I may not own myself, but it looks like I've got pretty much all of the techs that the Fallen Empire has. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly update our massive 135,000 K fleet. Our Armada is currently updating, and I'm hoping that the Zeltec can hold off the Unbidden for the time being. Not, we're going to come in and we're going to try to, it looks like they're already starting to melt some of their planets, and that's what the Unbidden do, is they don't try to conquer anything, they just try to melt planets. They're 100% shields, nothing more. And you can see here what he's building. This little bad boy here is called an extra dimensional anchor, and the more anchors that they build, the faster they'll start producing, or more fleets, the faster fleets will come out of the portal. You also have to defeat all of these anchors in order to damage the portal. So the tactic is actually to try to take out their anchors, damage as much of their portals as you possibly can before actually engage, or before taking on the portal themselves. It's a bit of a mixed bag, telling you the truth, trying to get all of these happening at once. It creates a challenge, but it's not unreasonable. The only thing that might be incredibly dangerous to you is if the Unbidden end up popping right into your, opening planet, your home planet. And as soon as they do that, it's pretty much, you've got to attack them full on with everything that you've got, because if you don't, they're just going to melt all of your planets. You can see that's what's happening here. I'm just going to go to Hicklum, and you can see the Unbidden fleet is actually bombarding that planet, and as soon as they get down to 0, this entire planet will be eradicated, and that's the reason why you can notice that their borders are starting to shrink, because unfortunately, if they did have anything in terms of a fleet, it's now been eradicated. We're going to have a little bit of fun. It looks like it went down already again. Yeah, they lost Hicklum. That's already been destroyed. So I don't see them moving too heavily towards anything else, but what we're going to try to do in this case is either trying to do our absolute best to destroy the anchors and the portal themselves and try to save the actual... It's getting too costly to do a research agreement with our ally, so I'm just going to let it go. I need this money to replenish our yards, because we're going to be needing it. So basically I'm going to be turning my entire economy into just a warhammer of minerals, trying to either go into my curator for my trade, get as many minerals as I possibly can to start mass producing, because you will take significant damage while fighting these guys. Not to be taken lightly, but again, not impossible. Notice that they're completely stagnant right now. I don't know, I tried obviously the Jerk Thon, and they don't seem to be attacking the Thon at all, so we're going to see if we can cause a little bit of trouble. At least try to engage them. Stop him. I'm going to go to Volsius. You can see how dangerous that they are in how quickly they can cripple you. You can see here that they've got 3 fleets already out attacking 3 different systems and planets, and we're doing trying our best to try to stop it. But that being said, if they popped right in the middle of your empire and you had a fleet completely across the map, you could lose up to 5 planets immediately. Again, you can see here they're not even touching the borders anymore against the Unbidden. Okay. Oh, we got a founded faction. We'll look at this after. What we want to do is we want to engage this fleet. Now, we're about to engage the Unbidden here, and now we've got to remember, we've decided to go 100% on attacking their shields because they have no armor. What I intended to see, well, you can see here that I'm chewing them up pretty good. And the reason that is happening is probably because of the different types of bonuses that I have. Where are we here? Ship cost, agenda, patron of the arts. Oh, it's not showing it, but I have, I thought it might show up there. But anyway, one of my Ascension perks is Guardians of the Galaxy. I do believe I took that, didn't I? Defenders of the Galaxy. Guardian of the Galaxy would just be awesome. Anyway, it gives me plus 50% damage to the Unbidden. So at my long range and my ability to take down their shields from afar, you can see that I've completely eliminated one of their fleets. And we're going to continue that on and try to help out our allies in danger. At least, at the very least, we're going to try to take down a couple anchors. What's going on here? Oh my gosh, he's attacking my sector. My poor slaves, or I should, my former slaves. No. Look at how cute these fox guys are, and there's very little I can do to protect them, but they do seem to be spreading out even to the Jerk Thon. they're going to be melting some faces pretty quick. But the reason this is going to be good is because we're going to be able to try to attack the portal directly. And if not the portal, we're going to try to attack the anchors to at least slow them down. Okay, so we combat lost. What else do we got? Integration. Subject the backup halty. Oh, okay, right up here. It's fine. Okay. We were able to melt them down pretty quick, but that's also because we were able to utilize long range. And that's very important to try to utilize. With the kinetic artillery, we want to keep a distance. We don't want to get up too close and personal with these guys. We want to try to melt them from afar. So, of course, having the Unbidden fleets kind of smash into us too quickly or jump right into our areas is something that we're going to try to avoid. Okay, what do we got here? You can see here there's a significant amount of planets that have been just absolutely decimated. So let's try to take down a couple anchors while we're here. What I want to do is, and this is what everybody should do, if you're ever engaging the Unbidden and you win a significant battle against them, what you're going to do, you're going to remember what sector that was. You can see here that I've got my special project. I'm going to take my science ship and I'm going to research that project. The reason is because the Unbidden have one of the best weapons of the game that you can reverse engineer. Not only just the side drives that'll be able to make you jump wherever you want to go, but it also does this awesome I believe it's called like a phase or a matter disintegrator. It's one of the best weapons in the game, so we want to reverse engineer that, try to get that on our side. Okay, here we go. We're jumping right into the, what sector is this called? The full Bandon sector. We want to be able to try to hurt the Unbidden as much as we can. Okay, what do we got here? 1 fleet, 2 anchors, and the portal itself. Oh, it looks like 3 anchors. So the Unbidden are coming to engage us. Immediately as you enter the sector that has the portal in it, they're going to come screaming back. There they are, both fleets. So let's see what we can do here. We're melting them down pretty good. Now these rings, oh wow, look how many fleets there are. 1 fleet, 2 fleets, 3, 4, 5 fleets of the Unbidden. So we have actually temporarily halted their advancement into any of their space, because as soon as you enter this one, they're going to come a-running. So what do we got here? It looks like we're already engaged to the next one. Hopefully we can reset and get this going. The rings here, the red rings, and I think this comes from their defense, these defense platforms, they actually hurt you as soon as you enter it, if I remember correctly. We're kind of getting split in 2 different directions here. We're going to have to keep a very quick eye and make sure that we don't take too much damage. I've just got my finger on the retreat button because I want to be able to melt them down as quickly as I can. As soon as I get to about 98, I think I'm going to take a little pass. I'd love to be able to chop them down as much as I can. Another thing that you're going to notice is that the Unbidden can't repair their fleets, okay? Got them down pretty good. A little bit more. I want to get that 1 fleet gone. Okay, and I'm going to retreat. How many I lost 3 ships on that, and what was the combat log? I lost damn near all my corvettes. Destroyers and cruisers took a bit of a beating, and my battleships didn't take anything. Again, what I was saying about the Unbidden fleet is they will not be able to regenerate. So right now they've got a total of 3 fleets. That's it. They've got 1 anchor down, I believe, and a couple of defensive platforms, and of course the portal themselves. So although we did have to retreat, it's not a loss that's as brutal to take. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly build another location where I can build corvettes. Really try to amp up our production. Battleships, more corvettes, some destroyers, and then once we get topped up we will be able to So what we've done there, and it seems like we haven't done much, we actually crippled them pretty good, because by only allowing them to have one anchor, the amount of refreshing that they actually can do to the reinforcements by sending more fleets through the portal has been diminished. As soon as they start building more anchors is when we get in trouble. Even though even though the Unbidden is not my favorite crisis to have, I really do enjoy fighting them, especially when they're across the galaxy from us. It gives us an opportunity to really kind of engage them, right? I had the opportunity at that point, you can see, to fleet. Oh, I'm trapped. Oh no, I went to the closest sector. And you can see here that I actually can't go anywhere. I'm stuck here. What does he have right now? He's got a pathetic fleet, probably because the Unbidden has chopped him up. Okay, so everybody, what happened here is I have a small island here. These two small islands of planets, right? They're small sectors inside of Jukthon. But the problem is now that I can't actually get out. Not only that, but I can't actually, I can't even heal myself. So that's not even the problem. The problem is that I've got to figure out a way to get off this. And the only way to do that would probably be to declare war. So I'd be declaring war just to get my fleet out. But every time that this would happen, I'd be stuck in there. Jeez Louise. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I guess my only option is to declare war on him. I mean, I really don't want anything. I mean, aside from maybe humiliating him. Okay, there, we declared war just to get out of here. So we have now declared war against the Jukthon, but I'm not sweating it too much, because the whole point is the attacking the Unbidden is the key here, nothing more. There's a part of me that kind of wants to let him chew up the Jukthon a little bit more than we already are, but I don't want him to get too big. It's definitely a balance. You got to balance this out, these decisions that you're going to make. Letting the Unbidden get too powerful is a big mistake. Of course, that being said, letting them chew up an enemy, that's always tempting too. Because you can see here on the right hand side, my 109 fleet, I've already got it, I'm pretty sure I've already got it set up, so I'm in really, really good shape, all things being considered equal. My economy's in good shape, my fleets are being repaired. Hopefully I'll be able to get that topped up. Oh, okay, we got a 17,000 fleet. He said it was pathetic, and I guess it is in direct comparison, but I thought that for sure he would be at 89, 91%. Okay, we're going to take that. Evading hostile fleet. Where are you evading hostile fleet? Okay, that's just one of my ships. That's fine. Okay, well, we might as well take out the Jukthon, and once and for all, as soon as we destroy that fleet, it's a bit of a joke. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to try for a white peace after I destroy that fleet. By destroying that fleet, I believe I'll have enough war score to give me a white peace, and the reason that's important is that it'll give me open borders with them until our truce is completed, which is roughly about 10 years. How come I can't do that? Edict. Say landed capacity. I just put in edict in place. Capacity overload. No, I want production targets. Want more. Want. Ooh. Hopefully we'll catch them before they leave. Ugh. Warp cooldown is so brutal. See if I can catch them in time. If so, it'll be the end of them, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, brutal. Okay, let's see if we can't go for a white piece. No, apparently not. I'm gonna have to try to catch up with him. And meanwhile, the Unbidden is gonna be flying around, just destroying his actual planets, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna pause it here because look what they've done. They've built some anchors, so we're gonna have to go after those anchors as soon as I mop up this Jactan fleet. Why on earth would you be going after that guy? The only problem is I haven't designed my fleet at all. It's all shields. That's all it is. So I'm glad we're melting them down pretty good, but okay. Well, we've destroyed their entire fleet, so they should accept it now. Brutal. I've got the arc emitter too. Particle lance, 24 months. Wow. I'm able to push this out pretty quick. Now, what I want to do... Oh, the invaders are back. Okay, I'm going to try to invade them at that point and try to take out more of their anchors. I really shouldn't. I don't want to... I really want to get white peace going. What are my allies doing? My ally, going after specific planets? I really hope so. I'm going to have to kind of leave it in their hands, telling you the honest truth. I think that I'm going to leave the entire invasion up to, or this entire war against the Jactan for my... that's awesome. I love this bug. It's like huge. By the way, I'm going to leave that up to my ally, the Grolflet, but I'm going to focus entirely on the Unbidden. And by focusing on the Unbidden, I'm hoping that we'll be able to at least slow them down. Oh wow, he's just chewing those planets right to heck.
Construction ship under attack. Evading hostile fleet. Construction ship lost.
Yeah, we're losing construction ships. Those are in our sectors that I'm quite frankly, I'm not too worried about. Yeah, okay, so we've got an 18,000 fleet. The Unbidden, that's one thing that they'll notice that they'll do is they will, I gotta turn you off, don't I? Hang on. I'll do that after. They will come after you no matter what. They will never retreat, even if they are facing like unbelievably massive odds. They will come right at you. So let them come because at this rate, this firing rate, we're just going to chew them up. Perfect. Why? No. I should probably have upgraded these guys to repair themselves, because unfortunately we're going to have to wait for reinforcements. I'm actually going to turn off my take point and hopefully my allies... Yeah, he's doing it. My allies going away. That's good. It's weird that sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. I turned off the take point. You can see here in the upper left-hand screen. That's supposed to make your allies follow you. And normally he does. But during the Awakened Empire, he wasn't interested in following me. So hopefully he goes off and fights the war. Wonder if it's because it's an offensive war. Either way, we're going to try to get us ourselves topped up here again. And you can see here my science ship is now getting the medium matter disintegrator. Unidentified shield emitters, hyper shields, tons of stuff that we can actually back and reverse engineer, which is going to work with us, not against us. And it looks like the the Order of the Golds Republic is going in for a suicide attack. Another frustration of mine. So extra dimensional weaponry plus 30% progress. So we're going to reverse engineer that ASAP. I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to also reverse engineer jump drives, because the distance between our two empires is so great. I don't want to waste time. That science ship is done. Okay, keep going. Keep researching. Waste a lot of time here. On the bounce. In the meantime, I'm really hoping that my ally ends up doing the right thing and starts conquering them enough for us to vie for some peace and give us 10 years where we can do something of importance. what we got here? The Unbidden at 80,000 has just jumped into our sector. Great. Looks like we're going to lose that planet. Shame, really. Boy, this is tense. Extra dimensional weaponry 30%, jump drives 10%. Good, we're going to be in good shape here once we get this completed. Okay, so it looks like we are complete for what we can actually do. Everything else that we've destroyed the Unbidden when it comes to the... We should be able to research that technology, but I think that was where we had the... Chara's where we had the major engagement with... Have one there? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Whatever he gets, he gets. So it'll be good. Okay. Our two construction ships are done. That's nice. Well, it looks like they've got a 25,000 power fleet floating around. I'm not too concerned about that. Let this get mopped up on my. Oh, looks like we've lost cell phone with all of our slaves have been destroyed. We've got another tradition available. So I guess we'll unlock discovery because there's no real point. That's the last one, which gives us research building costs. That's fine. Don't want to do that. Food production up 15%. Ministry of Benevolence. Not really going to need that, but of course it's kind of like the only real choice that we have. I've topped up on several my minerals while I've been running my mouth here. So that, and we need influence. And some influence, so we're going to do some land of opportunity. No, I think we're due production targets. Let's see where we are right there, and then continue building with our fleets. Destroyers, and I should really build more. Hang on. Okay, we will wait for those. We're going to wait for our corvettes. They should be coming from the sector, I believe, isn't it? Oh, this is our Federation ship, our Federation, that's why. But this one, to start bombing it then. Kind of want my... Okay, so these first task force having this, we're at still at 4%. I really was hoping that we would be much higher than this. What do we got here? Sentient combat, basic physics. Okay, that's fine.
Situation log updated.
Get these together. And we're now looking at about 127,000 for my fleet size, and I've got 4,000 in return, not counting everything that's coming in. So again, we're not doing too shabby. I'm just going to do something very quickly because a lot of times I can't macro two things at once. My StarCraft days are not what they used to be, ladies and gentlemen. Be able to do this eyes closed, but not in Stellaris, not with this awesome pause button. 1,000, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this fleet and we're actually going to attack the anchor and reduce the amount of fleets that are going to be pouring through that portal, really kind of slowing them down a little bit. The whole idea here anyway. In the meantime, we're really going to hope that my ally has been doing, yeah, it looks like they're doing a fine job. Hopefully start. Oh wow, the Zeltec has decided to take back one of their planets that had been destroyed. That's actually quite cute considering you know, what they are. You can see here that they just melted even the infrastructure. Tell you, this is going a lot better than my last game. There was a game that I was playing earlier that the Unbidden came right beside where I was situated, and it ended up just crippling me. I lost 6 planets in the course of a month, and it was right beside my capital. And it just so happened that everybody decided they hated me at that moment because I had maybe purged a whole bunch of people. And yeah, I completely lost the game. So before this next attack, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode. And you can see here that we've had quite the battle. The Unbidden have tore a huge hole in the Zeltec compact, and because we've been such good friends and we're defenders of the galaxy, not guardians, we're going to take the fight right to them. In the meantime, I had to get rid of I had to declare war on the Order of Thon, which has been a big pain in my side. And yeah, anyway, so that's where we're kind of at. I'm hoping that in the end, my ally will be able to completely at least give us a war score that we want to be able to negotiate and just, you know, humiliate them, which will give us open borders for the next 10 years. Because that's the ultimate aim, because I want to be able to go in and out of this his space to attack the Unbidden. Although right now it actually makes more sense for us to go around. The main reason I did that, of course, is because my former colony that has been eradicated, I ended up going back there once I retreated. So it ended up, you know, being a hindrance having a little island in the middle of that hostile Thon. So that's pretty much where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the next episode because I'm going to record it right away. There won't be a time lapse, and we'll see how the fight goes with the Unbidden. This has been Army P. Thanks for watching.